Hi everyone, welcome back to Dila's Kitchen. Today I'll be making biryani, which is a family favorite. My sons actually requested biryani, so I'll be making the biryani in honor of my eldest son. I have 2 kilos of lamb here. I have all these spices going on, so I'm going to use double what I normally use. I have here 4 teaspoons of biryani masala. I have 1 teaspoon of roasted masala and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. I have 1 teaspoon of turmeric. I'm going to add some ground cloves, like a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, or no, make it a 1/2 teaspoon. I love my cloves in my biryani. I have 1 teaspoon of salt. We can add more salt later on. I have 1 chili. Then I have all the spices here. I'm not going to use ground fennel because I'm going to use whole fennel. I have some jeera here, 1 teaspoon of jeera and 1 teaspoon of coriander done. Yeah. I also have a lot of garlic and ginger, which is about more than 2 tablespoons, 7 cloves of garlic, and a lot of ginger. A big chunk of ginger. I have, this is about 2 cups, which is what I'm going to use, but let me just mix it and see how far we get. I'm going to use my hands just now. So this is Saturday night. I'm marinating the meat, and then we'll carry on with the next step tomorrow. So I'm just using my clean hands. You can use a glove as well. I'm going to place this into the fridge overnight, and tomorrow we will carry on. Morning everyone. It's Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. Cold. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of oil to my pot. I have 2 onions here that I'm going to add to the pot. I have 3 star aniseed, 2 cinnamon sticks. I have 4 pods of cardamom, a bit of cloves. I have some whole fennel here that I'm adding, teaspoon, maybe more. I'm going to cook this for 7 to 8 minutes. Add a little bit of water to it, and we'll be back. I have 3 cups of basmati rice here that I'm going to cook separately. I have 1 cup of brown lentils that I soaked. So I'm going to cook this, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with my potatoes. Okay, I have about 7 potatoes here because I'm making quite a big pot. So you can prick it, the potatoes, with a fork like this all around, or you can take a knife and just do this. This is just to infuse the spices once it starts steaming. I'm going to add just some salt to it and a bit of oil, and this is going into the oven, and it's just going to bake in the oven. So my onions are nice and brown, so I'm going to add my meat to to it now. It's quite a lot of meat. Marinated bowl. I've just added some water to it, and I'm adding that to the pot. And I'm going to cook this until it's almost tender. So while this is cooking, I'll be cooking the rice and the lentils and get the potatoes ready, and we'll be back. So if you don't have biryani masala, you can use your normal masala that you normally use, your special mix, roasted masala, chili powder, whatever you use. Remember, we all do it differently, and you use what you have. I have some eggs here. I'm going to boil about 6 eggs and just add it to the biryani later on, and we'll be back. So my meat should be ready in about 10 minutes. So as you can see, everything is prepared already. I have my lentils, my rice, potatoes, eggs, onion flakes as well. So we're just waiting for the meat, and then we'll start with the process. So everything is ready. I'm going to start with a layering process. I'm using this is my biryani pot that I use. As a pot that my mum gave me many years ago. I've put foil in the pot just so that it doesn't burn at the bottom. I've never used foil, but I'm just going to use foil today. So the recipe, my mum used to do the colored style biryani, which is like a quick and easy biryani. But the recipe that I'm using today is my aunt, Auntie Juby's recipe. So she actually took me through the whole process and showed me how to do it. So I normally use my hands to do this. It's just easier om net jou hande te gebruik. So I just start off with some rice. Then I do some lentils. The curry is actually spicy. My grandson always says spicy. He knows already about spicy. So then we go over to the meat. And I'm using the sauce of the meat, as you can see. I add sauce to it as well. Put some potatoes in between. And then I add a bit of onion flakes. I love my onion flakes. This is dry onion flakes that I add to it. I'm going to add some of my saffron water, saffron water. So if you don't have saffron, you can always use egg yellow, just to give that yellow look. Okay, so I'm going to finish off the layers, and I'm just going to do another layer, and then we'll be back. I'm going to add some cilantro. some cinnamon sticks that I'm going to add to the top, and a few pieces of butter just here and there. Dis echte butter, so you can do ghee, whatever you prefer. I'm going to cover it with foil, put the lid on, and put it into a preheated oven and bake it for about 40 minutes to an hour. So I'm quickly going to show you how I make my buttermilk, we call it day. I have 2 cups of nkomazi, like a half a teaspoon of jeera. I have 1 chili and some fresh cilantro here, and obviously a teaspoon of salt, or more salt if it needs more salt, and you just basically mix it through, and that's how I make it. So my biryani came out of the oven just now. I'm going to dish. My mum had visitors from the platteland, and she made biryani for them, and they came back and said to her, kan u dalk weer vir ons van daai biryani maak? So we've been calling it biryani ever since. So I'm just going to show you. You take the day and you pour it over, and that's how we eat it. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The link will be in the description. Thank you for watching, and God bless.